Hello and welcome to this new fantastic amazing video network automation. Guys, I did it, so I'm super happy to show you as well. So here we obviously have for example, 6 switches which I named Doc, Grumpy, Sleepy, Bashful, Happy, and Sneezy. Sleepy is missing because there are 7, but I did it, not 6. Sleepy is not here anymore. Anyway, aside from that, now I'm going to show you something amazing. So with Ansible from this machine, my goal is to assign each switch a different host name. I mean, I want to assign them this host name. Let's pretend all these switches are brand new, just taken out of the box and connected. Obviously, I need to set the IP address and configure SSH access because Ansible needs to be able to communicate with them. But then that's it. Now, clearly, there are already 7 switches. Honestly, that's a lot, but imagine if you had 100, 200, or 400 switches and think about having to configure 400 things that are all the same. So first of all, this is the Ansible console, and the directory where we're going to work is this one, etc. Ansible. If I carefully look at what's currently in the directory right here, I actually have several distinct files because I've diligently done several comprehensive tests. We have test, then test 1, test 2, test 3, and finally test 4. We will specifically use test 4 for our demonstration. Let's now take a closer look at the contents of test 4, cattest4.yml. Okay, here is precisely how this playbook is set up with a designated name. For instance, Cisco example. Within this structure, there are several important functions. Then hosts, here this is important. Hosts, all group. Remember this because I'm going to show you something in a moment. Then here are the tasks. So name, configure the name server. Now this is written as name server because it was like that before. Then I deleted some things and now I use this module. But the name is just to know what these instructions do. Then here is the essential iOS config line module. Specifically the host name, the inventory, and the host name. This is the primary function. Now, it's important to remember that the other file to bear in mind, host, which is right here, and here it is. Here I have all group, which I showed you earlier and told you to remember this all group because that host needs to match this all group. Here I said that it's the first switch, Ansible _ host, and the IP address. That way it knows it has to go to that address, this host name. Here are the variables, which are the username and password to access the PRTG. Let's put it without the its. The variable is obviously for logging in because it needs access to the switch. And then just look. Let me show you something else inside this file. Cut. Then here there are other functions. iOS configure line. Let's see. Let's check this clock. The summertime, for the time. Moving on. Then other services, the default gateway, etc., etc., and the NTP server, which I set to time Google, but obviously in the production environment. When the time server will be different, then, for example, on the 400 switches or the 100 switches that I want to configure, I also have to set up radio services, Lilith, port configuration, support security for the switch, etc. Obviously, you do this. So with Ansible, also for the firewall and the router. So I can set the main settings, meaning those that are the same for everyone. You can simply use Ansible for them, then Ansible can do other things too. But maybe we'll talk about those another day because for now I'm quite happy with this result since it's my first script in network automation and I've watched several videos on YouTube, but unfortunately in the end none of those videos were able to answer my question. My question was about the hosts file, how to configure multiple host names, assign multiple host names to multiple devices at the same time. They only give the example with 1, but with 1 it's very simple. That's really easy. So let's open the Docker console, which at the moment I've changed the host name and called it CrazyNet. Here it is. I press enter. No, sorry, that's cut. The command, then you run the playbook with Ansible playbook test 4.yml, press enter, and let's see what comes out. It's fantastic. Here it meticulously checks if the entire playbook is indeed correct and so on and so forth, ensuring everything is in order. Then I'll show you at the end how to check if your Ansible is communicating with the rest of the network clearly. So let's take a look. See here it says task, then out of 15 tasks, here it is. Now here, as you can see, it has already entered with the console, and at the end it will give us a report to show what it has changed and what it hasn't, because all the other switches, that is these, are already correct. Let's take a look. Look, doc, it's fantastic. Then, of course, you can also tell it to save the configuration, which in this case wasn't specified, but I can do it manually myself. But if you want, that's enough, and here it's fine. Now it's performing the other task, which is the NTP server. And that's it, for example, if I wanted to tell it to save the configuration. And then also, see, look here, it says, okay, change 3. And so it changed them all here. Perfect. Let's make this small change. Let's remove this. And anyway, I'm very satisfied. I have to say I'm very satisfied, because even if it's a small configuration, it's a big achievement. Since it's the very first time I'm actively trying my hand at network automation, I genuinely have to say it's incredibly, truly, and profoundly cool. Then there's the concept of the playbook, which in this particular instance isn't just a simple file, but actually serves as the comprehensive Ansible guide that also meticulously explains how to perform various other essential functions and execute different commands, ODC. But fundamentally, it's abundantly clear that with the powerful capabilities of network automation, that is precisely the crucial point we are aiming for. So the purpose is you can manage the whole network with a simple click, especially if you need to deploy a huge number of devices. If you need to deploy a huge number of devices, clearly network automation helps you a lot. For example, think about access points too. Imagine you have to install 50 or 100 access points and you need to configure all of them. Oh man, you have to configure all of them. Maybe there are some operations you need to do, like updating the firmware and so on, which you can most likely also do with network automation. For now, thank you, and thanks for watching this video.